everyone to the Female Bodybuilding channel, and today we are joined by someone very special to me. We have Hyacine Nassir, one of Europe's best prep coaches. Hello, Nassir, how are you today?
Hey, how are you? Pretty good.
Every time you're on the show, we get good ratings, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And we are joined by two amazing athletes that's part of Team Nassir for this season. We have Alicia Gessling.
Yes, sir. Alyssa
Kiesling. I'm so sorry for butchering your name there.
It's okay.
We have Samantha Marie, correct?
Stephanie. Yep.
Stephanie Marie. I'm a little bit. We are happy to have you both here on us. Nassir told me about you guys, that he was working with you. Obviously, we heard about you before, but this was really exciting news, and we wanted to have you on to talk about your career and what we're going to see this season, because this is going to be an exciting women's physique season. And now that we see that the New York Pro and different shows are finally at least on the schedule, now the season is starting to get more real, I would say. So, Alyssa, can you please talk a little bit first? How did you fall in love with bodybuilding first?
Well, growing up, I was a tomboy. I didn't do any of the girly sports. So growing up, I skateboarded, and my father had me into WWE wrestling. So I was a fan of that. The muscle, I was just a fan of the muscle in general. In high school, I did powerlifting. I won state my senior year.
Excuse me.
I went on. I'm sorry?
I don't want to stop. I'm just going to stop sometimes to ask, because I'm a huge wrestling fan. Who was your favorite wrestler back in the day?
Right off the top, Big Papa Pump.
Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. Yeah, yes. Of course. And then you walked into powerlifting. Yes.
I got into powerlifting, and then I graduated high school. I worked at GNC, and I got into NPC. I did my first show. I was 19. I then turned 20. So I competed when I was 20 for the first time. I competed 4 more times until I then turned pro in 2018 at Junior Nationals.
Yes.
So it's been 3 years since I've competed.
We're ready to see, Alyssa.
I'm ready to see too.
I'm so
Trust
hyped for
me.
you, girl.
I'm excited.
We've we're a little bit puzzled. You waited that long because your nickname, the classical queen, correct? Classical queen.
Yes.
Because we've seen your routines. We've seen also how you practice your routines, because you share it on your Instagram, and your poses is very artistic. So it's you created a lot of buzz without competing as a pro. Why did you wait?
Right.
Why did you wait this long?
So I competed in 2018. I'm from Florida. I'm currently living in Texas. Now, back in 2018, my hometown got hit with a hurricane. Hurricane Michael directly hit my hometown. So everything kind of got I was displaced. I was living down south, training out of MI40, Ben Pack's gym.
Yeah, Ben Pack.
I was just back and forth. Things were just all out of whack. I then ended up getting into a relationship, and I moved over here to Texas. So I've been here for the past 2 years. Now, I got here and I didn't compete in 2019, and I was going to get ready for the 2020 season, and then COVID hit. So I chose to take off 2019, but I was getting ready for 2020. I was going to do the St. Louis Pro, that got postponed, Boston Pro postponed, and then I just completely took the year off. So I'm ready. Like last year, I stayed in contest prep basically 6 to 8 weeks out, ready the whole entire year. I then ended up getting a gig, I guest posed at Steve Kuklow's show. I used that. So I went from kind of like contest prep into a real off season, and then I used the Kuklow just to see what I look like on stage. So I have an idea of where I'm at. So not condition wise, obviously, but I was in better condition than I've ever been. But for off season, I just wanted to see where I was at in a bulk, and then that kind of gives me an idea of where to go.
How did you? Who inspired you with the classical style? You know what I mean? How did that come about?
Again, I'm not the girliest of girls, so I try to take the bodybuilding posing and turn it somewhat like one open hand and one closed hand is girlier than 2 fists. So I just kind of mimicked the classic style of posing, and my body just naturally flowed that way. And again, I come from a skateboarding background, and skateboarding is all about flow and technique, and then their style. And my style from skateboarding is, I believe it's incorporated into my bodybuilding style.
Okay. Stephanie.
It's athletic. It's just an athletic persona all around.
Stephanie Marie.
Hey.
We've seen you on a little bit on Instagram now, and it's, what can I say? We're looking at a star, I would say. Nassir, don't you agree over there?
Yeah, totally agree.
You got the it factor, you know what I mean? Crazy strength in the gym. We've seen some of your powerlifting things, but I'm a man who's into fashion. And we see you got great fashion, you got great energy, and in women's bodybuilding, well, in the pro league in general, there's a lack of personalities, I would say, compared to back in the day. So it's very refreshing to see that with you. So talk to us a little bit more about your background, please.
Thank you. I really appreciate the kind words. That's definitely something that I'm working on bringing to Women's Physique this year, is kind of like branding yourself and having your own unique path. And I think there's a couple girls right now that really stand out. And I think style is a way of presenting yourself without having to say anything. Like Alyssa's style is her posing. My style hopefully can just be that femininity and bringing it all together in a complete package. I started as a gymnast. I did competitive gymnastics for 13 years. Once that was over, I kind of, was lost as far as what to do with competing. And I actually got married and had a child at a young age. Okay. And then I was approached one day in the gym and someone said, "Are you getting ready for a bodybuilding show?" I was like, "I don't even know what that is." This was 2012. They showed me some pictures of Nicole Wilkins, and lo and behold, I actually competed against her in high school. So I was like, "Whoa, that's what she's up to now. Okay, I'll try it out." I did an 8-week prep. I won everything I signed up for, and the journey just kind of went from there. I turned pro in 2000. I started in figure, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, my journey kind of started from there. I've taken a couple years off here and there for personal reasons in life, and but my heart is on stage, and I can't ever see leaving Women's Physique. Or I get asked all the time, "Are you going to move up to bodybuilding?" And my heart's just not in that division. So I haven't really made my impact in this one yet. So that's hopefully what we're going to do this year.
Yeah, we saw you last show. Was it 2019?
Yes, sir. I competed twice in 2019. I got top 6, which is great. Not my goal, but the classes were stacked. I think I had like 29 girls in one class one year.
Yeah.
So they're not playing around anymore in Women's Physique. I think that's truly why we have less shows, because we're able to bring like better quality to each show, which makes the competition harder.
We are in better times now, with especially with the Wings of Strength, because now we have a lot more Women's Physique. Back in 2019 and 18, Alicia, we had what, 3 or 4 shows, barely. Like there was nothing to be seen. But now there's way more Women's Physique and women's bodybuilding shows, because they have to put it on. So we have a lot more shows now to compete in. Nassir, so when did you take over each client's prep?
We started working together with Alicia, I think it was 5 weeks ago, something like that. And for Stephanie, we're not into bodybuilding prep right now. She's still on the powerlifting prep, so I'm just doing the diet. For now, the goal was to get leaner while she was getting stronger. And that's what she did in like 6 weeks or something. She checked on the in-body scanner to check all the percentage and everything, and she dropped a lot of fat and built a lot of muscle in the same time, which is really, really good and really hard to do, but she did it. We're now 4 or 5 weeks out from the powerlifting meet, and then she's going to start to prep for the show.
Yeah, we can see that Stephanie there is flexing while he's talking about it. So she's
I'm popping my knuckles.
Okay, she's feeling. I've seen it. You lost a lot. You got a lot better shape this last week.
Yeah, powerlifting. Most people don't really try to diet or cut while they're trying to gain strength in powerlifting. but I already accomplished so much in one class with powerlifting. I said, let's take it to the next level and let's cut a little and get stronger and set more records. So why not? So it's definitely challenging. The two sports together, I mean, I really totally think that it's helping improve my physique for sure.
I'm just so worried about injuries, but I'm not going to jinx it. I'm just so worried about injuries, but I'm not going to jinx it. So, Nassir, we're working with Alicia now for 5 weeks, you said. You're learning, obviously, you need a little bit more time to learn her body more than that. But what impresses you about her physique, or what good things do you see from her, working from her for 5 weeks now? And what's the plan for her?
It's just 5 or 6 weeks, but I already saw that she can eat a lot, really a lot, and get leaner at the same time. That's what we did. She's leaner and bigger than when we started, so it's really good. The plan is to improve her back and some other area, but the back is the main priority, because in women's physique, as you know, you have only one pose from the back, so you have to be good on this one. She looks really good on any other poses. Her waist is like she almost no waist, so the proportion is really good. We just need a better back. It's already like it's already improving really fast, but we are still on the back. Considering competing and everything, she can bring a really classic look, and that's not something we see in women's physique. I can't tell any girls in the women's physique division in the pro rank or even the amateur, but we're talking about the pro rank, who is bringing a classic look, a classic posing, a classic attitude and everything on stage. It's just about real women's physique. So I'm sure that she's going to be something that we've never seen before once she's going to step on stage and she's going to start posing, because the way she's posing and moving on stage is really classic, and that's going to make a big impact. The condition, like I know I'm not going to miss the condition because that never happened. So she's going to be on condition stage, and the rest is just going to be about proportion and improving what we need to improve.
Because we see now, did you girls watch the Women's Physique Olympia?
Of course.
Yeah.
Saw pictures.
You saw you didn't see the show, Alicia? You didn't watch it?
I don't watch it like on TV or nothing. I'll just go on Instagram. I watch the highlights, really.
Oh, you got to watch it. You got to
watch
watch
bad,
it.
but I watch the men's divisions more than the women's.
Okay, because in women's physique now, Alicia, the backs are they're women's bodybuilding backs almost now. If you look at, did you see, for instance, Ivy Rain there now? You seen the back?
Oh yeah, I've competed with her before. I've seen her in person, and yeah, it's a whole nother level, and I know that. And I know I'm short, I'm arm dominant, like my arms are ginormous, and that is just, I'm arm dominant. So like with Hyacine, there's just certain cues, certain cues, like make your elbows touch each other in the back. It's the small little cues that, like he said, in the 5 weeks, we've progressed my back, even in the short time.
What show are you looking for, Alicia, first, Nassir?
I'm not going to give any information about that.
What? What do you mean? You can't even. So you're making this Kai Green gimmick now, not telling us anything.
Yeah, kind of Kai Green style. Yeah.
Okay, so will it be this summer at least? Will it be closer to the winter or? No,
it's gonna be definitely this summer. It's anywhere between June and August. I just don't want to start the prep and get her on stage if she's not 100% of what she could be. So once I'm gonna be sure that she's good enough to get a first call out or top 3 or even a win, we're gonna start the prep and go to a show. So that's why she's that lean, because she can be ready in 8 weeks if we really push it a little.
We see the picture. Yeah. But it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to the Rachel Daniels, Alicia Kessling face off, the battle of the posing there, and let's see who's a better poser, Alicia, you or Rachel Daniels?
You're asking me?
Yeah, of course.
I'm the best.
There you go. To Stephanie then, what's the plan for her? Not
I had a
it.
plan for her. I've seen a couple of pictures from last year. I also have a checkup from now. We are not. I'm not touching the training. That's her powerlifting coach. So I'm really not touching that for now. She has some really strong points, and her physique is really flowing on every pose.
Okay.
The main priority is going to be conditioning, from what I saw from her past two showing in the pro rank.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need some adjustment on the posing, but she's already really good poser. The waist is really small, shoulder really wide, the back is like V-tape, really big V-tape. She looks good from the side too, really good, because she has some really good hams. So there's not a lot of improvement in terms of size. Like she don't need to grow, because if she grow more, she can be like out of the women's physique division in a short amount of time, because I think she can put a lot of muscle really quick. So it's going to be about conditioning and about separation and details.
So what's your mindset? What's your mindset now, Stephanie? You have enough muscle, but the conditioning, it needs to be even better, correct? To be in the top 3 of the big shows, is it?
1,000%. I need to bring better conditioning. I think that I've never actually utilized and optimized my off season with food before, and that's what we're really doing right now. So it's going to make prep pretty easy, I would say. Usually I have to starve and I get fairly lean really quickly, and then I'm ready about 4 weeks out, and then it's like my body plateaus and the rest doesn't want to come off. But I don't think that it's going to be that hard this time. I'm barely doing any cardio right now, and I'm pretty decently in good shape. I'm 20 weeks out right now, and by the time we pull the plug, we're going to have so many different variables that we can manipulate. I'm barely on any gear, barely doing any cardio. My food is crazy high. I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem.
You're in great shape to be 20 weeks out, huh?
Yeah, 20 weeks out. Just look at her. You can check her picture on Instagram, because she posted a couple check-in like a couple of weeks ago or last week.
From 2 days ago, and me and JB over there, we almost had a heart attack. You're looking huge now, huh? And in great shape. The 2 days ago, your picture there, huh?
Yeah, powerlifting does the body good, I tell you.
Yeah,
Alyssa knows, she's powerlifted. It's insane what the density that it brings to your muscles.
So in 20 weeks, what show is that?
Well, they moved stuff around like just last week. So we talked about Omaha because we initially said Chicago, and then they just moved Chicago back, but put Omaha in front of Chicago. So Omaha, Chicago, both.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got to give you girls, athletes, credit for prepping for things we have no idea what the hell is going to happen. But you should look at the positive, because we're in Europe and we can't even move out of the house. So at least you girls going to have shows, because the European athletes, I don't know what's going to happen here. But so we're proud of you athletes because as bodybuilding fans, especially the motivation your athletes give us, and it's bodybuilding's diehard fans, and when we don't have any shows and when we don't have any interesting athletes to look to, or it almost kills the soul. So we're very happy that you athletes are prepping it in hard times to give the fans something, because it's when you love bodybuilding, it's pain. How has it been without competing the last year, Alicia, when you said you're going to do it and then Corona? How was it for you?
I went through many emotions, because it was like, I don't know, because I have my sponsors helping me out as well. And I got them, like, they're going full blown for one show, and then it gets postponed, and then we got to rearrange and figure out. And then it just got depressing but I tell you, that guest posing there at the end of the year in September is the same weekend as my birthday. So it was a great birthday blessing as well. That kept me, even though it wasn't a show or anything, I still, I got to get on stage, do what I love, is pose, and B, see where I'm at. So, I try to find the good in the bad. So I stay positive. And at the end of the day, I love to train, and training is what I love to do. And that's what got me into the sport. So now that I'm training with Hyacine, I found a newfound passion and love for bodybuilding all over again.
Good. Nassir, it's good to hear because you're a very passionate man, huh? And he's always on the talking to his athletes quick, isn't he?
Yes, very responsive. We have great communication, and it's simple, short, to the point. See you the next day.
Yeah, Nassir, you had a couple of great victories last year, huh? With the Arnold Classic second place, and then the Romania Pro win, and I didn't like what that.
In women's physique, I had second place at the Arnold. 2 pro wins, 1 pro card. Some good placing in the amateurs too. Some good placing in the pro ranks too. Like I had 2 top 10 in really stacked show. So it was good, really great, and also top 10 at the Olympia in figure. It's not women's physique, but it's good. Still good. So yeah, it was great. Yeah.
With Mariam Babdad, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was disappointing for us fans. Mariam Babdad, his athlete, she prepped at home. She's been on a diet for a year. Then she came to the Olympia. Then she got top 10, but then they told her you're not in the finals. So she went out and sat out in the audience, and they didn't even let her come back in. Can you imagine? So she couldn't even compete.
Yeah, because they called her name while she was in the audience for the individual T-walk or whatever they call it.
So our heart goes out to her because she's competed. Can you imagine prepping at home in Canada in lockdown for a whole year, huh? Just to, well, it is what it is. Stephanie, I saw some cool things on your Instagram, your webpage, because you have your own webpage where you sell your own clothing, correct?
I do. All my services and products as far as coaching and some autographed signature photos. I have some t-shirts available. I did just launch my website, last week.
Is you that make the own clothing? Do you make them yourself or?
No, I have someone. I create the design and we sit down and talk about it, and then find fabrics and things that we like. It's just style, it's something different.
So girls and athletes who wants to learn from you how to do powerlifting and you prep people, can people contact you through that website or?
Yeah, absolutely. On my website or Instagram, email, it's all up there in my bio.
And Alicia, what do you offer to the people?
Posing routines now that we're in the season, and posing like FaceTime sessions, how we're on the Zoom right now. And then I'm a in-person trainer, local. I'm in Corpus Christi, Texas, and right now Texas is like froze over. The whole place is shut down. The whole state is shut down right now. But yeah, I just do posing routines and online posing sessions.
How does that work? Because especially here in Europe, we have tremendous amount of athletes who knows like what can we say, zero about that. I mean, absolutely zero about zero. And they look, their body looks good and decent, but when they come to the stage, it doesn't because they doesn't know how to present it. In what way do you work with these? How can you help them with the posing? What do you do on these?
So say I get a posing routine. So say someone just wants a posing routine. They're a week out and they need posing help for a routine. What I'll do is I have some questions to get an idea of what poses they want included and all that. And then I basically just make a rough draft video and I send that over to them via WhatsApp or text messaging or however. And if they just mimic the video, basically they copy and paste the video. But if I see like they can't even do that part, then I'll tell them, hey, let's hop on a session like this where it's one-on-one, and I can't physically move your body into the place that it needs to be, but my cues, again, it's the cues. I try to make my clients understand why they need to pose in a certain way, why they need to be positioned. So I just try to give them the cues that they need to hear. And on the session, sometimes I'll take my phone out and I'll videotape. That way they have something that I can send to them for them to watch over and over and over.
No, it's very important. It's very, very, it's very important. So I hope people use your services because this is very important. Nassir, before we say goodbye, do you want to say something?
I highly recommend as a posing coach, both for female and male who wants to improve their posing or get a posing routine. even in bodybuilding or classic physique, you can really improve all your posing and your presentation on stage with her. So really, I highly recommend her. And a lot of my clients are going to work with her.
Well,
and also, if you want to find and learn and read both their prep, diet, some training, I'm going to post their training routine too. Once I'm going to have my hands on Stephanie trainings too. For now, it's just about Alicia. But you can find them on my.
we lost you there. Nassir, are you there? Are you with us?
Diet adjustment.
Your French connection is so bad we couldn't hear anything what you said. Can you repeat last 20 seconds, bro? Champ.
Yeah, I just said you can find any information and information you want. The supplementation on my.
Are you with us, Nassir?
I think
We lost you again, bro. It worked perfect. We're gonna try the last 3 times the charm. Is that what you say? Try it last time because you went out.
I don't even want to say it anymore.
We forget about it. Well, guys, before you're gonna take us out with the most muscular, because we need a most muscular when you girls are in such good shape. Yeah. Alicia was we want to say thank you for coming. Thank you for coming on. It's exciting with new talent, and both of you athletes have, well, a little bit extra than the other than some of the other athletes in the way that you create more excitement. You know, you bring something special. So it's an honor for the Female Bodybuilding channel to be interviewing you, and we're gonna put in some cool edits here to make us look even cooler. JB, of course, JB over there.
All right.
Yeah, all right. So that was us for Female Bodybuilding channel, and please take us out with something epic for 15 seconds. Nassir, not you, but
You gained a bit of weight, no, AJ?
you let me say. Oh, here it comes.
Oh, she's getting naked.
Oh, Nassir. Wow, Alicia's looking impressive there, and Stephanie too. Alicia, she's hiding underneath that t-shirt. Well, thank you, girls, for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you guys.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.